Good evening, gentlemen. Welcome back to the old computer shack. This is the chassis of the H8. I was hoping to put a little bit of it back together, but I can't do that because I can't get to these screws for the sides once I put all the rest of this stuff back in here. So I'm kind of stuck for the moment. Let me share with you what I've done so far. Here's the top. It had some dents and dings in it. I straightened it out as best I could. You can still tell when the light shines on it right that it was screwed up right here, but I guess if I put the floppy disk unit on top of it I won't be able to tell, although then it may not cool right, I don't know. I'm sorry it took so long to get back with you guys. I'm still waiting on paint. I can't put the top back on or the front panel or the sides until the paint gets here. Here's the front panel. I tried to remove the little clips that hold the faceplate on here because I'm going to sand this thing and prep it good and paint it, because you probably can't see. It's got some pretty bad scratches in it. They're much more obvious just looking at it than they show up on the camera, and it's pretty dinged up along this front edge here. So I think it needs painted. I'm going to paint it anyway. I couldn't, it was really screwed up here in this corner, and I couldn't straighten that back out without clamping it. That'll be up underneath of the cover anyway, so you won't be able to tell the cover hooks over it like that, right? So you won't be able to see it. So I think it'll be fine. And the badge came off fine. I wish I could find a new orange sticker for this. You can't really tell when the light's not shining on it right, but it's got some gouges in it around the L in digital and the U in computer. And when the light shines off of it, it looks like ass. So I'll have to fix that some way. I need to touch up some of the paint here. But I don't think, and some of it down here too, but I don't think that'll be too big a deal. If any of you guys know where I can get another, like a replacement sticker for this thing, like, clue me in. So yeah, I'm just kind of in a holding pattern until the JB weld on the sides. Yeah, let me show you that. I'll have to just splice some photos in here or something. But let's see. And then there's this little chunk missing up here. And I don't know where it is. It broke off sometime before I got the machine, I guess. I can replace some capacitors here and check some resistor values. I think these diodes are all fine, but might as well test them too. But these capacitors are definitely junk. And we already looked at the CPU card and the serial and cassette interface card. A nice gentleman on the Heathkit 8-bit mailing list sold me this 64K memory board. He says that it has some issues. He hadn't used it for some time, and the last time that he did it only recognized 32K, so that's probably just bad RAM. It uses 4116s, which are very common, but I of course don't have any. I've got 41256s and 41 something else's, I can't remember, but I don't have any 4116s that aren't on something already, so I guess I could steal some. I think the Capro uses 4116s, but I don't want to rob it. So hopefully that's all that's wrong with this board, but I guess we'll find out when we get to the point of trying to fix it. So these are 2200 microfarad 25 volt electrolytics, and as you can see they have both blown out pretty good. I don't have any 2200 microfarad capacitors. I do have plenty of 1000 microfarad capacitors, so I think that we can just put two in parallel in each of these positions. I don't have very many of these axial capacitors though. I've got all kinds of radial capacitors though, so since these newer capacitors are so much smaller than the old ones. I think we can have them standing up, and it won't take any more space in the enclosure than it already did. So I think we can do something cheesy like this and install two of them next to each other in a cheesy way. Let's do that. This big resistor right here is a discharge resistor for the big beer can capacitor on the 9-volt rail. This little, it's a 150 ohm resistor. It's kind of a low value. A great big power resistor though. It's drifted high. It's actually reading about 170 ohms, but that's fine. It's a discharge resistor. This is a 10K resistor right here. That's the discharge resistor for these hacks right here. These are on the positive and negative 18-volt rails here, and then these are the rectifier diodes for the 18-volt supply, I believe. I guess those are half-wave rectifiers. That's interesting. So, alright, with that done, let's go look at the other thing we've got. So, here's something else to tear apart and clean up. I'm pretty sure that this is the H17 floppy disk enclosure. This drive, of course, is trash. Let me turn down my radio there, sorry. This drive, of course, is trash, but I think I can mount like some half-height drives in here. Let's tear this thing apart and see what's going on here. It's kind of a mess. It's not as much of a mess as the H8 was, but it's still kind of a mess, and none of these screws are original either. It's a little disappointing. I'm going to have to get disk drives too. I don't actually have very many double-sided, double-density disk drives, and all the ones I've got are in use. Oh, hey, look, there's the cover for the disk drive. Maybe we can fix it after all. I may replace this gigantic power supply with a modern switching supply, but then again, you know, switching supplies produce RFI, and we don't like RFI, do we? I don't know, we'll see. Let's tear it apart. What do we got here? Oh, I'm gonna drop it. Roar. So here is some kind of contraption someone has made so that they can reach in there and presumably change the drive select signal around without taking the disk drives out, I suppose. Yeah, look at that. Huh. Isn't that something? That's kinda interesting. Yeah, kinda interesting. Let's take this disk drive out of here, shall we? Let's just do that. Not sure what. Oh, okay, this plate's supposed to go this way and bolt to all of the drives and hold them in there. I see. It is bent. Oh, now this little old piece of shit is way harder to bend than the front panel metal was on that H8. What is the deal with that? Alright, that'll work, whatever. So it looks like there are holes for half-height disk drives in here. That's good. There's some kind of fungus growing in it. That's alright. I will eat it later. Well, something's jacked up. Something must be bent here somewhere. No, it doesn't look bent. It looks like the holes in the sides were drilled off center. That's very strange. Oh, this side is on upside down. Okay. Well, okay, that's good. So that'll be an easy fix. All right. Why didn't I see that before? Because I'm dumb. That's why. Well, why are you stuck, mister? All right. Come out. if this power switch works, that will be a good source of a power switch for the H8. Ah, yeah, I think this would be a good candidate for replacement with a modern power supply. I think I've got some extra ATX supplies, and then we won't have to have this fan in here either, I imagine. Oh, wow. Look down here. Where these diodes are supposed to go, let's just have some wires soldered through there. That's a little funny. That's a lot funny. And not really ha-ha funny either. I guess if we're going to clean this thing up, I might as well tear it to pieces, because we've got to flip this side over anyway. Let's do that. The sides could use a paint job. I think the paint on this part is fine, and that's good because it would be hard to mask off that sticker anyway. It won't fit, will it? Oh, it will. Excellent. Well, that will look snazzy as shit on there, won't it? Maybe I'll just put a quiet 12-volt fan in there. Anyway. Oh, there's a big ding I didn't see. Oh my. That is a thick piece of metal too. Jeez, that thing must have fallen a lot. Let me get my fixerators here. Maybe it's an aluminum plate and will bend easily. I think it must be. I still think I could probably do that better with a hammer and an anvil. I know, it's not on camera, but I have to use my knee for this because reasons. Yeah, I'm gonna have to finish that with a hammer on an anvil. I can't get that flat with pliers. Well, there's something to do tomorrow when I go back down to the machine shop. Oh, they're socketed. Well, that's really something. I'll be darned. Well, that's pretty slick. So I know someone is going to be sad about tearing out this vintage power supply, but quite frankly, I have too much to do to screw around with antique power supplies. They are troublesome, and it makes me sad inside to have to deal with them instead of doing things that are fun. So I will send these parts to someone who has one of these who needs them, I reckon. I lost my straw for my deoxit. That was very silly of me, wasn't it? Well, that feels pretty good now. I think that'll do. I wipe this on my shirt tail and put it with the rest of the parts. Alright, be gone, evil one. Well, these spacer rooters, I'll have to, these are just rubber things, but if I don't make new ones, I can probably just use like a fiber washer or something the same. Yeah, if I don't have them spaced the same, then the disk drives will look funny, and we can't have the disk drives looking funny because it's all about style over substance on this YouTube channel, as you've probably already noticed. Yeah, that thing cleaned up pretty good. I had to take those rubber thingaroos out of there because they were all rotten and sticky and nasty, so I don't know, I'll either use a little rubber washer underneath each of the drives or I'll just not use anything because, you know. Alright, that's it for now. I haven't painted the sides yet, I just put them back on there so I wouldn't lose them, the screws and stuff. Anyway, yeah, that's it for now. Still waiting on paint. I'll see you soon. Thanks for joining me. Oh, by the way, I've got a crappy Discord channel. It's out of control, super toxic, terrible. It's a terrible place. But it's like the Wild West, you know, and if normal people like you come over there and, you know, we actually talk about old computers occasionally and instead of crazy things, then it'll become civilized eventually. So you should do that. There's a link down in the thing, as I recall. Anyway, alright, bye.